First things first, my name is Kenneth Byrne. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Today we are displaying our new final screen paint. This right here is our advanced, actually you can't, it's not advanced ambient light rejection yet, you got it for that. This is our black Phantom advanced ambient light rejection 21. Now we call it 21 because the gain on the screen is 21. As you can see, what the screen does, the white levels, the brightness on the screen is amazing, amazing. So we did, just to let you know that it comes in around 48 ounces containers. It can paint up to a screen size. We're thinking you can get 140 out of it, but I'm gonna go with 135 to be safe. Now this is 106 inch screen coated with the technology right there, and this over here in the next room over here, I painted my 126 inch, 106 inch over there, 126 inch to show you how much coverage we got out of it. Right there and there. Now we're going to turn these dirty surfaces into an OLED black ambient light rejection screen. They are pretty trashy. Look at this up close. This was actually used to feed my birds and squirrels in the backyard. It was a little trough that I built for them, like a little trough they can go eat their food out of. But now I built them a house and they don't have to worry about that anymore. And this is right here is a piece of styrofoam. We're going to be using the Black Phantom Advanced Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint. We got to change this out because now we have to put the 21 in there and we have to put the final over the top because this is our final screen paint. We're not going to have to make any more. And this right here is a dirty piece of styrofoam. Right there, you can see that's a styrofoam screen right there. A dirty piece of styrofoam right there. Turn that into a screen right there. And that's basically about it. Oh, real quick. We got the piece of plastic in here somewhere. There we go. So we got this right here off a poster. I hope this does coat because I'm going to turn it into a wallpaper. Which one we got? Here we go. We got this piece of plastic right here. So, like I said, we'll see. Plexiglass will paint quite well. This is plastic. This is the same kind of plastic they use when you buy an action figure. And it's got that plastic in between. So, we'll see what happens. This will make a great wallpaper screen. I hope it does. If not, then you're probably going to have to be, it's going to be one of the surfaces you're going to have to prime. When you're doing a fabric screen, like the 105 inch we have out in the back, 150 inch we have in the backyard. It says it right there on the website for the description on things you're painting. Anytime that you're painting fabric, we always suggest that you prime the surface first. It doesn't make a difference. You don't have to have any kind of special primer due to the fact that, as I said before, you just want to make sure that the surface absorbs in as much paint as possible because when you're dealing with fabric, you're going to be dealing with uneven areas. Some's going to soak in more, some's going to soak in less. So that we do want to make sure. All right, just get all that hooked up right there. Power attached. We're going to be using our Chrissy Fulton EP projector in this demonstration right here. And let me get I want to make sure these parts are dry before I lay them against my screen. So let me get me a fan in here too. At least we can stand these up and we can dry these in here after we paint them up. The drying time is really quick. All right, so that's good right there. And let me get me a plastic bag. I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to use this later on for maybe some Facebook demonstrations or something like that. I don't know. There we go. Couple of trash bags so I don't mark my floor up. Looking a little bit rough around the edges. I haven't had any time to shave, but I'm going to be taking care of that today. Get my chrome dome shaved. All right, and let me get some of the paint. Oh, it's out here. I'm like, why more am I in the kitchen? The paint's out here. All right. So we're going to come in first. We're going to paint the dirty surfaces right here. Get these done, get these out of the way. I had to work on a special site on the website for the final. And we're going to put all these videos up there. People can come to watch all the test demonstrations. And many more. We're going to be adding on the screen. We're going to paint all kinds of stuff with this product. All kinds of stuff. That with this and Phantom, we're going to paint all kinds of stuff. Paint this and Phantom. We're painting everything. All right, so got our paint right here. Look how black that is. That is freaking crazy, crazy black, isn't it? All right, so let's get the Kraken Jackson on this. I can do this with one hand, so I'm not worried about that. We're not painting the big screen here. The first I'm going to do is going to drop, shake it up a little bit. All right. Show you how black that is. I'm going to put a little bit on here. That's all we need. That might be too much. And we're going to roll over this. Stand right there. I'll put my kneecap right there. So basically hold that a little better. I told you the coverage is really, really good. That's it. We're done on that. Now let's go over here with the piece of wood to see how much we have on this. We can get away with this one here. Let's see what we can get away with. I'm going to have to paint it this way because this has a little bit of a U in it because the wood buckled a little bit. We're just going to use what we have saturated on the roller. Make sure we get that little area over there a little better. Got to get back over there to get that. That's it. I had enough saturated on this for that little spill there to just be able to come in and just paint over this. I want to make sure I get all that covered up. Really good. See how fast that was? And I had enough, like I said, enough from this little spill there to saturate this to finish this off. That's done. All right, so we're going to get those and dry those out. I'm going with that plastic. I'm really curious about that plastic. That's what I'm curious about the most. Put these over here so they can dry a little better. Oh, come on, play nice. Just want to dry you up a bit. Corner there, like so. That should be cool. Why is it you can have like 50 feet of cord? When you yank on it, like you have none. Well, before I dry that, let me get this part done first over here too. This is the part I'm excited about. I want to see how this is going to play out. So I'm curious. Now this allowed me to know if I paint this, if it does stick, it's good. If it doesn't, then I know that the customer's going to have to prime it. But at least I get an understanding. All right, so let's put a little bit of this here. So what we want to need. Well, if you have to put 2 coats down or whatever, just to give you an idea what we're going to be working with. This is not plexiglass, this is actually plastic. This is like that same plastic that when you buy a movie poster and they put that plastic in there, that's what it is. I thought this would make a great, nice, portable wallpaper screen, especially for my RetroPie system over there that I haven't had a chance to set up. hadn't had a chance to play yet. Let's see how this works. Now this is not the dirty surface. These are the dirty surfaces right here. And that looks like that's going to come out nice and well. I thought I was going to get little separations because sometimes that happens when you're painting. Sometimes on plexiglass you get a little separation pushing through, but no, whatever, real good. So we're going to turn this into my little wallpaper retro pie screen for gaming. Maybe I'll run my Dreamcast off of this. Yeah, this is going to be real nice. Okay, cool. That's going to dry real nice. We're going to leave that right there. Now what we got to do next, we got to get a little tape. We got to tape down the sides. That's one thing I'll tell you too. If you're doing fabric screens, when you do them, if you do them in your garage, make sure you put some plastic underneath of them, because keep in mind, this is fabric. That stuff is going to seep through and it's going to mess up your garage driveway. So what you want to do is, I tell you, always prime fabric. You always ask you to do that. And it's not because it's going to change the outcome, but what it does is it allows for the screen to absorb in as much of the liquid as possible, because the last thing you want to do, you don't want uneven spots. You want to be darker here and lighter there. You don't want that. So you prime it the first time, let it dry. Make sure you got plastic at the bottom of the screen. Make sure the plastic is taped off, rocks or bricks or whatever, on each corner, because a good amount of wind will blow through. That'll roll up on top of your screen, and then you got this stuck to your screen. You don't want that. So make sure you have some bricks on the side to hold down the plastic. Paint it the first time, let it dry, then you paint it the second time. You want to reinsure the bottom's going to dry as fast as the top. Lift up one end of the screen and zip tie it to your fan. It's going to cause a ripple effect under the fabric, and that's going to cause it to dry from the bottom and the top at the same time, much faster. If you got a bigger screen than 100-inch, get two fans to do the same thing. Put one on one end, one on the other end. Do it the same way. It'll cause the airflow to go from the bottom to the top, and it'll dry it much faster. It's the tricks I learned how to do fabric screens. Once you paint that the first time, let it dry. Hit it the second time, and then you apply our product, and you're done. That's it. That's how I did the 150-inch outside. And that was done off a dirty, we used it as a drop cloth in the basement for collecting drops of paint that were coming off or working in. You look at the back of that screen, it's pretty jacked up. That screen was in bad condition. Took it out, painted it with the Phoenix, and that's the screen you're seeing in display right now on my channel when you come in. All right, so we're done with that. I can't wait. I'm excited for that right there. I'm going to get a little tape to tape off my corners of my plastic so that doesn't basically come up and hit. What we're going to be doing next, those are United States Postal Office shipping boxes. Sorry, I had to use them, but I needed them. We're going to take those, stack them up. That's already painted with the Phantom technology. We're going to be using that with some 3D mapping equipment to show you how amazing that's going to look on 3D mapping. And this right here, this is the cardboard OLED projection screen. We're going to be doing next. We're going to put this against the TV. This is going to be fun. So it's going to go side by side to a TV. This is going to be on Facebook only because I haven't done enough panel demonstrations for them over there, and they've been asking for that. So that's going to be there with them. If you want to check that out, pop over to my Crystal Edge site over there, our fan page, and you can check out a lot of the cool stuff, customer demonstrations, and them showing off our products and stuff like that. All right, well, we still have a lot more paint left over. Keep in mind, we painted the screen we have in here, 106-inch Elite screen. Then we came back over in here, we painted the 126-inch. I still have 135 upstairs we have to paint. I also get the comments from time to time when people go, well, there's got to be glitter in your product. None at all. We don't use that stuff. That stuff is bad. I'll show you a demonstration why it's bad. We used it on Digital One Crystal screen paint. But then again, like I said, at that particular time, it was acceptable. Now, it looks like a Christmas tree. Literally a Christmas tree. If you use over that stuff. But no, there's no glitter in there at all, period. Nowhere. All right, so let's get this popping. Let's get this dried. Let's get this started. I got to adjust this projector right here to fit that screen right there. And let me get this somewhere so we can tape down. We got to tape down our corners and stuff like that. We're going to do a fabric screen. We're going to do probably a 100-inch fabric screen. Since this is the final, since we're not going to be doing any more screen paints anymore, we don't need to. These are the boxes I'm looking at now to ship in the products into. These are the containers we're going to be using, 48 ounces, sorry about that. And yeah, we're going to be using those boxes right there to ship them out. That's being set up for the outside demonstration because we still got to be outside today. We're going to be using the ViewSonic 3800 Lumen projector, SVGA 600 by 800 res 720p. We chose that projector because the lumen count is going to be perfect for it. Number two, it's a cheap projector. You can afford it. Anybody can afford it. They're 300 bucks brand new on Amazon. If you don't want to spend that kind of money, go over on eBay. I got that for 150 bucks. That's it. And it has a 235.1 anamorphic lens on it, which is fantastic. For those of you who want to do 235.1, I can do a 235.1 outside. I don't have a 235.1 outside. It has a 22 or 20,001 contrast, but really at the end of the day, do you really care? The screen's jet black. You're not going to need it. You're really not going to need it. That's something you're never going to have to worry about ever again, whether your projector has a what the contrast ratio on your projector is going to be. At the end of the day, you don't care about that. You don't need it. All right, so we're going to take down our corners, so that way we don't have to worry about our screen. Just pop it up and hitting my screen. I'm really excited about this right here. Make sure when you are doing a fabric screen or any screen to the floor, make sure you tape or you sweep your area out, because if you throw a fan on there, anything on the floor will potentially blow on your screen. There we go. We got the RetroPie already set up over here. I got it over there in the corner, so I can set that up. I haven't had a chance to play with that. So let's get the fan going. That to dry, get all that to dry, we're good to go. While that's drying, I love that right there. Last night, after I did the video, I was watching everything on the thing, everything. Oh, I was having so much. Couldn't watch everything, but you know, I did some gaming on it. Far Cry looks amazing on the black screen, it does. I love it. All right, so let's get the Chrissy over here set up for this one. Now, we just did a demonstration on the Sony VPL CS4. We did that demonstration. You get a chance to check that out. We did a black on black demonstration showing off the screen's amazing white level capabilities versus two black surfaces that are just equal to the screen. To show you that our screen has it's different than other black level screen or black level surfaces. Those were blackout cloths and stuff like that we used for that demonstration. We also did the distance throw at 1,000 lumens. And we had the lux meters out to measure how much light we had in the environment. We also did the demonstration on low lumen demonstration 2. And that's important because, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, I understand that, you know, gray screens are going to be the pickup on those projectors. But at the end of the day, again, contrast is everything. It is everything. If it wasn't, people just wouldn't care about it. All right, so let's get this to adjust. We got to get the zoom in here. And shrink this right here. Just hit the screen. Come over here. We'll hit this right here. I love lens shift. You have no idea. I told you I talk about it all the time. I freaking love lens shift. That's me adjusting my projector right there. All right, so let's go back over to our lens shift. Function, we need zoom again. Hit that lens shift again. And I need what's the fire stick at? Fire stick remote control. That's one for that room. Just gotta go get here. This one right here, Samsung food demonstration. Might as well. I'm going to rewind that back because the stand is shaking all over the place because I'm trying to adjust. So we'll bring it back on for you right there. There we go. And like I said, all the projectors we're using in this demonstration, anybody can afford. They're not cheap. They're not expensive projectors. So like I said, projector I'm using here, my Christie. I think this is an LW501i. This projector, like I said, if you find them, like I said, but if you find them, I've seen a few of them on there. I've seen some people running 350 for them or something like that for them. But like I said, you know, in the 350, you're talking about a 5,000 lumen venue projector. You know what I mean? They can cost you thousands of dollars. Good steal. The most I would pay for a venue projector of this caliber is $500. That's my price point right there. So as far as I'm going, I did pay a little more for a couple of them, but when they came through, they were like some really big boy machines. Yeah, they were commercial projectors. Can't run those in the house. They don't work too well with electricity. But usually $500 is the most I'm going to go on with a venue projector. As for the rest of them, I try to keep it as low as possible. Demonstration, like the ultra short throw projector we use in the demonstration, NEC, $60. If you basically were to buy it, like I got mine, I was blessed to get one for $60. But if you can't get it for $60, the most you should pay is under $200. $150, $120, $130, $160, $180, $190, but you really shouldn't tip at $200. You know, for those projectors right there. Those are fantastic. That's an ultra short throw projector at 3600 lumens and it's 2 HDMI ports, and they look amazing on the screen. We're going to do some more demonstrations on that one too. That's the one I'm using right there in the middle of the floor right there. The SVGA projector, we're using it at 600 by 800 res, 720p, $150. Most you'll pay for that projector is $300, brand new. You can get it in XGA and WXGA if you choose to, but like I said, at the end of the day, SVGA still looks amazing. And at 3600 lumens, indoor outdoor, it's going to be fantastic. As for that 20,000 to 1 or 22,000 to 1 contrast ratio, who cares? Don't need it. Whatever, move on. And it does have a 235.1 lens. Those of you who are craving to have that 235.1 widescreen, it has that on there. All right, let's go over and pop up and look at some other stuff while we're waiting for this to dry. Let's look at, I didn't get too much into Samsung 4K demonstrations. Where's my vitamins? Is that audio? Yes, audio. They just bounced me completely out of YouTube. Did I just not say Samsung 4K demonstration? Just bounced me clean out. Alright, whatever. Look at this. Look at this one. It's drawing. Look at that. That is going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, Mr. Hollywood is in the house. Can't go past it, buddy. I'm painting. Nope. We're not going to have it today. Can't go past it. I'm painting. You know that. That rule. Stay over there. No rule. Mr. Hollywood over there. Because every time we paint, it's got to be in front of that camera. Every time. Look at him. Good job. Got the whole, you got his own room upstairs. He got his own room upstairs. So, as a matter of fact, my arcade room, that was my arcade room, is now his room. That's Cat Kingdom up there. Still working on it. Got to strip with all the LED lights. Everything got to go. Because the LED lights, this room has to be dark. He likes the dark. Put a little lighting in there, some nice dim light in there. But we got some stuff to return. Cat Kingdom. I got enough gaming rooms. I don't need another one. I got enough. I'm gonna have that room. It's good size for him. And it's interesting because he gets in trouble. I told him to go to his room. He literally goes up the stairs into that room. That's the only room he likes to be in. Put a couple of kitty towers in there. Put a couple of kitty towers in there. There you go. 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 They're not going to do this one thing I'm doing. We'll come up here, get a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, a little bit closer. Just going to look at me like, no, you don't see me, can you? I'm in cloak mode. I see you. Okay, you got the birds on the screen. Go watch the birds on the screen. Buddy, I'm sitting here watching you, man. I don't know what you think you're going to get away with today. Come on now. Go get this up to my video. Go. I don't know what you think you're going to get away with today. Just sneaky. Every couple of minutes, he inch a little bit closer. I'm looking at him the whole entire time watching him. Thinking he's going to jet right across the screen. No. All right, that's the piece of wood right there that I used to feed my birds on. Right there. Now, would I advise you painting over dirty wood? They're like that? No, I would not advise you to do it. But just to show you that pretty much you can just paint over whatever you want. Now, if you got fresh, brand new wood, fresh, brand new wood, you're good. You don't have to prime it. But something like this has been sitting in my backyard for the last couple of months through rain, snow, and all that other good stuff. You don't want to paint over that. Prime over top of it if it looks like that. That is the plexiglass that I just painted. Now that one was a test. I may do 2 on that one. That was a test right there to see if it would paint plastic. As I said before, we did fiberglass. Fiberglass and that stuff will paint, it's plastic. So I may do 2 on that one. Just it's not going to be a lot because it doesn't take much to paint the screen. Want to be sure on that one. Let's get a little bit more for that. I need some of this left over because I still have to do a cardboard paint on screen over whatchamacallit. So let's get that one over here again. We're going to give that another coat.
Purposely crafted with an optimal blend of protein-fat carbs so you can move the world.
We want to be sure on that. Because that way, when we go on the website, we add in the extra specifications. We can put down, okay, if we're doing fiberglass, good. People are going to use all different kinds of plastic. Keep in mind at the end of the day. So this covers everything. Because they're going to use fiberglass, they're going to use plastic, whatever. And we have to make sure out of those different categories of plastic, which ones are going to blend well with the product or marry well, and which ones are not. This one's going to require 2 coats. So we know that from the door that the plastic is going to require 2 coats. If not, you can actually prime the surface first. All that information is going to be in there. So that's just how we know. So as you guys are watching that, I'm just adding in a second coat on top of this. Okay, there we go. You see that over there? Look at him. I got to keep one eye on him at all times because, like I said, he wants to run past the screen. He knows better than that. I'm working. Taco, you know I'm watching you, right? Just so you know. Think I can't see, you think you're in cloak device. You're cloaking. Cloak device activates. I literally believe when cats come downstairs, like they have this whole system that goes off in their head. They're doing the mathematical equations, you know, measuring everything out. How fast it would take them to dart from A to B. I'm watching them. You can see he's thinking, look at him. He's thinking, he's calculating it. How fast can it take him to get from A to B without him getting caught? Yeah, I'm looking at you, Joker. You know I'm looking at you. That's why you're putting your head down, because you know that I know what you know, that you think you know what I think I don't know. So you got confused on that, so did I. So that's why he's sitting down now. Cats have interesting behavior. I study online and study how they react that way, but yeah. But he sat there in that cloaking device just calculating how fast he can cut across the camera without getting busted. But I think when they come downstairs, it could be, all the lights could be on, and then back in their mind, they'll be like, cloaking device activated. And they're like, you know I'm looking at you, right? It's funny. When I'm done, you can do your 100-mile dash back and forth. Because that's what he likes to do. In the morning when he gets up, good thing we got the length. Because in the morning, boom, 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 boom. He's running back and forth at 100 miles an hour. He'll run all the way upstairs, come back downstairs, run through, yeah, back and forth. He does that all day. Till he tires himself out, and then he's done. Goes up on the sofa, sits down, and goes to sleep. Other than that, he likes to get his 50-yard dashes running back and forth. You want to get your chance? You want a treadmill? Should I buy you a treadmill? Probably never use it. Probably sleep on it more than anything else. And he already ate, even though his food's in the next room. He eats in the morning. He already ate. He's got his food out there. He's got milk. Got his own gallon of milk. Got his cat treats he gets in the morning to help him clean out his teeth and everything, and freshen his breath and all that stuff like that. Everything he needs. So he's good. He's well taken care of. Spoiled at that. Very spoiled. I want to go over and play with him so bad, but I can't because he'll think I'm basically not. Right now I'm in serious mode, so he's not going to tempt it. I go over there and play with him. He'll think I can get away with it. You got something better to do? Seriously, get a whole entire room upstairs. Go up in your room and play. I'm thinking about doing a shipping container home. If I land, get a shipping container home, I can get it built the way I want to get it built. Then I can make it cat proof. Then I can put all kinds of areas where a cat can move in and out. You know what I mean? I can make it designed around him and me at the same time, which would be pretty cool. I put a catwalk up there where he can go up a set of stairs on the side of the wall, and he can actually enter through one room through these little areas. I don't want tubes in there. I want him, he can actually go from one end out the other area. He can get stuck in there and do something dumb. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna get a shipping container home built. It's a lot more cheaper, a lot more affordable. And at the end of the day, I don't have to reconstruct the entire house, which means I want to go with those Tesla power walls. While we're driving this, talking about this, the Tesla power walls allow you to generate the entire house off solar power, which I'm really interested in that. And then basically I started researching something called water harvesting, on how to harvest water and how to clean it and stuff like that, filtrate it so you can use it for drinking water and stuff like that. And utilities are just crazy, man. I mean, I don't have mind paying my utilities here, but at the end of the day, all this stuff, its resources are free, and they charge you for it at the end of the day. which is kind of jacked up, but it's true. Everybody's got to make money somehow. But anyway, still, that's what I'm working on. And then, you ever heard of the ductless systems? You ever saw ductless systems? Ductless systems are beautiful because it's a unit that runs air conditioner and heat. You don't have to have a duct system hooked up, none of that nonsense. Just attached right up here. You might see them, and sometimes over in Japan, a lot of the places in Japan have them. And it sits right up here in the corner, and the unit goes outside, it's hooked up to a fan, and all this other stuff they have it hooked up to. I can't tell you too much about it, but I'm still researching it. And, oh, I knew it, I knew it. Let's go upstairs to your bedroom where you belong. Let's go upstairs. All right. Come on. Get up there. Let's go. I told you. That fast, that quick. He's slick. I watched him right there walk from the corner. Now, this time he was smart. Usually, if he knows I'm doing some work here, he'll cut through this right here to get to the kitchen. But to be slick, he'll cut through here. So I know what Taco likes to do. But yeah, the whole ductless system, because then you can run your air conditioner and you can run your heat off solar power. All that runs off electricity. And I saw I want to get an electric water heater, complete off electricity, electric range. Everything in the house is going to be electric, runs off the solar unit. Get about 6 batteries in there. I know it's overkill, but I like to have extras just in case. And actually working on a project on a standalone hydro electro generator. I'm actually building one. I'm doing some research online, something I'm actually working on. So, like I said, shipping containers are the best way to go. Like I said, galvanized steel, very strong, well structured. And one of the things I thought about doing, because you may have some flood issues, is basically lifting the containers up, maybe putting a couple of 2 or 3 containers at the bottom to basically, if they have any flood issues, that basically they would take in water. So it's good to have that. You know what I mean? Something that can basically take in a lot of water at the bottom. It's something, little few things I'm working on right there. But with this being said, I would be able to run the entire house with no utilities at all, whatsoever. No utilities at all. And with the rain harvesting, fantastic way to go. I was thinking about rain harvesting because at first I was thinking about leaving Philadelphia and I was going to move to Arizona, buy about 120 acres of freaking some desert land out there and get into that. So that's what I was thinking about doing. Look at the snow coming off of that. So that's, I'll get the fan should be on the whole entire time. I apologize. I'm sitting there talking, fan's not on. But yeah, so those are some of the things I'm thinking about, right? You know, when I get ready to retire. You know, I can customize my own screens and stuff like that. One of the shipping containers I do want to design, I want a contractible screen. So when I'm outside, the wall here, so you would have the wall here like this, right? But this would be an actual screen on the opposite side, right? So basically when I'm outside, I hit a button and that entire wall slides up. There's another wall, it's like a wall within a wall like this. Like say, this is the wall to the shipping container house. This is a giant screen right here. I can hit a button and I can be outside and that whole thing would slide up and lock in place. And then I can sit right there and watch my movies. So that's kind of stuff that goes through my head, you know what I mean? And I like the shipping container homes because it's like Legos. You could build, it's like you could build these homes that are like giant Legos. That's what I love about it. And I've seen shipping containers, swimming pools. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with these things. So yeah, it's a lot cheaper. So it's like some places would charge you around like $3,000, maybe $2,000 a container. You got to pay for the truck to bring it out. But consider the fact that how big these things are, you can stack them up and all of the cool stuff. You get a pretty cheap home out of it. And number two, it's not going to cost you a ton of money. You're not going to have to go through a whole lot of inspections because, mind you, this is steel on top of that. You have to bring in a good contractor and a good welder to do all the work, you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Just bought me about a good 4 acres of land and just drop one of them on there.
I would live longer.
I eat healthy to feel better too. I scrap.
So, you know, just some thoughts. Instead of going out and buying a house, that if I want a house that size, that had all that, to be able to do that, it costs you an easy, about $1.5 million. Easily $1.5 million. I'll lie you not. And you still, at the end of the day, if you want to make it eco-friendly, you're still going to have to go in and have to do all that work all over again. So why not just basically do a shipping container home? Less money. I'll do maybe about containers or sometimes I think of between 9 feet wide I think 9 feet wide and something like 9 feet high, something like around that height, but they're pretty good sized containers if you get the really big ones. You get maybe about $5,000 a piece, including the truck to pick it up. You do maybe about 6 containers is big. That's a big home. Some people do like 1 container, some people do 2, some people do 4. But if you do something like maybe like a 10 container home, that's still cheaper than a house that's going to cost you somewhere in the range of $500,000. A whole lot cheaper. And like I said, at the end of the day, you're still going to have to convert it. So, you know, I like it better that way. I'm thinking about doing that, doing the shipping container home. And keep in mind, the building time to construct this is fast. Again, you got to do the research on it. It doesn't take, some people can do it 6 months to a year. You can have it set up and done. But I watched all the demonstrations. I watched the demonstration. They went in and they cut the homes. You're like, well, what about this? Now, the first time I heard about shipping container homes, there was a friend of mine that worked at Panasonic. She was telling me she was getting one built for herself, and I was like, shipping container homes? Who freaking already might as well live in a shipping container? And when I looked it up, it was amazing how they go in and insulate it. They put in this foam inside it that basically controls the temperature of when it gets too hot or when it gets too cold, so you're not sitting in a tin can getting cooked. Oh, it's amazing. These things look like they're incredible. The homes look absolutely amazing. When you have time, go on Google, look at the inside of a shipping container home. You're going to be freaking blown away. Blown away. Absolutely amazing. And you can customize it any way you want. Some places already have them customized. Like they have the whole bathroom set up, the whole kitchen set up, and you just have to pick out what you want, and they change the interiors and just snap it all together. Yes. Freaking amazing. I'm definitely going to do that. People turn them into garages too. Because mind you, they use shipping containers to transport cars. Right on top of that, you have to be careful on what containers that you're getting. If you're buying them used, you want to make sure if it's nothing to transport anything hazard or anything that could be embedded or in there. You want to make sure that you get something that's clean, maybe something for food or something like that, or just buying brand new. But these containers are just laying all over these ships and stuff, and then, yeah, you can buy them. Buy them, turn them into homes. Cheap way to do it. And that way I can basically run my entire home eco-friendly, and I don't have to worry about any utilities, any bills, because the power walls are going to be able to run with the 6 batteries. Some people get 2. I'm getting 6 batteries. They're expensive, but I want 6 of these bad boys. 6 or 7. I want a good amount. I want a good reserve tank in there. So keep in mind, I can run everything in the house with no problem. Usually the videos you see that are people that are running these things and they have to reserve and calculate how much power they have. They have maybe like 1 power wall. No, when you got it between, one guy had 4 of them. He was running his house every day with no problem. Washer, dryer, refrigerator, all that with no problem. He had 4 of them in there. So I'm going to run 7 in mine. Now I'll be able to run anything I want, and that's the whole purpose. I run all my toys, all my electronics and everything. I don't have to pay the utility company nothing. Not a dime. At the end of the day, they're going to have to pay me. Because keep in mind, whatever I have left, they're going to cipher off, and they're going to use it anyway. You know what I mean? I can give some of that back, and they still got to cut me a check at the end of the day. Run my heat, everything, right off of it. But yeah, check it out. Check it out. It's the best way to go. Walls are kind of expensive. I do admit that. They're really expensive, but it's kind of worth the investment. Some people say, well, you got to wait until you see the investment come back to you. The fact you're not paying the utility bill that month, yeah, that's already money coming back to you. But it's not just that. It's just the fact that all of this was free to begin with until somebody figured out a way like, let me put a giant dam here. You ever watch the documentary on the Hoover Dam? How they literally put a dam there and they started charging the city money for power off this dam? There's actually free-flowing water. Like, yeah, let me put this massive dam here. We'll block all this up, and then we'll basically turn it into a giant generator, and we'll charge you money for it. Sunlight's free. It's free. Go outside, it's free. And even if you don't have the money for the power walls, you can go out and get one of the Delta generators. Matter of fact, I got one right there in the box. The generators, the ones, electric generators, you can hook up to a foldable, portable solar panel. You hook that up. You can run some of them. The Delta, they got one called the Delta 1300 or 1400. I watched the demonstration. That runs washers, dryers, TVs, big utilities, stuff like that. Yeah, it's free. And that's the thing about it. It's free. Even water. But one of the things that bugs me out the most is water. I think water pretty much bugs me the most. It is free. It comes from the sky. And they're saying, well, we filtrate it and clean it. Guess what? You can get the same kind of equipment to filtrate and clean rainwater so you can drink it. Same thing. Wash stuff with it, same thing. I got a niece, I told you, she's an ops out in the middle of the out in Texas. I'm going to tell you her location, out in Texas. And they live pretty much near off the grid. And she knows all about that stuff. She's been out there for years, her and her kids. And yeah, they don't pay for that stuff. They don't pay for it. We have free water. I'm going to start researching that probably next week. I'm going to start doing some research on that. You get a rain barrel, stick it to the side of your house, and water comes in, drain it, whatever. And you can buy all these kits right off whatchamacallit. You can buy it right off Amazon. And how to filtrate and clean rainwater. Would I drink it the first time? I don't know. But then again, it's all for basically research. You gotta pray over it. That's what we gotta do. Gotta pray over it. So there's our dirty styrofoam as we were talking. We got our dirty styrofoam right here. Our dirty styrofoam. I'll put this up here. Now, styrofoam is another way to have a nice screen. And I'll tell you why. Because number one, you want to make sure that it's insulation styrofoam. You do not want to make sure this is the regular styrofoam that has nooks and crannies like an Egg McMuffin. Because that's going to get painted in the paint because you're going to have to get into all those little crannies in order for that to be to pull up. This is a black screen, mind you. You don't want any white little spots popping up through it. So you want to go with insulation styrofoam. You get this at Home Depot. You get it at Lowe's. You use it for garages and inside of homes when they basically build them. That's what you want to go with. And it's very cheap. They make it in a 4x8, or you can get the little squares, which are 2x2. I get those sometimes. I piece all together with some frog tape, and that works out fantastic. It can be packet. No, you don't want packing tape. You want to make sure it's frog tape or that kind of paper tape, but you want to make sure it's not packing tape. Now, you can use that right there. That would work out just fine, but you want to make sure it's insulating. Insulating comes in a purple. It comes in a seafoam green, as we're using in that one, the seafoam green. That you do want to make sure. Other than that, at least we know with the plastic, because we can do fiberglass. I'm still testing a polyester tarp. And you can do glass. All that with paint. Glass with paint with no problem whatsoever. We did cardboard, all that stuff like that. Wood. Both of my screens are PVCs. We're going to do a motorized projection screen soon. Now there, that's what got him occupied now. See, now he'll sit there, right there. That's him right there. And he'll watch his birds. I'm over there watching the birds now. Let's get this back to this. Sorry about that. I moved the camera on that. I shouldn't have done that. I do apologize. Go back. Here we go. All right. Now the cardboard screen we're going to do over on Amazon. Oh, sorry, Amazon. Funny. We're going to do over on Facebook. We already done that one over here. This is already dry. That's done. Go over to. We gotta change that because the music starts off with this guy rapping. Can't have that because I don't know if there's copyright music attached to it or what. I don't want to play around with it. Because freaking YouTube passes out copyright strikes like a meter maid on steroids. Like there's no mercy whatsoever. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. I wonder if he just stuck past me. One back upstairs. Nope, he's in chat. Just stay out of trouble, man. I'm almost done. And you can zip back and forth all you want. Just chill for me. Go get my cardboard boxes over there. After that, I get that ready for the freezing napkin. It's one of my boxes for 3D mapping. those were coated downstairs early late at night to get those ready for the 3D mapping. I still have to get my brush and get my corners and everything. That thing has to be covered completely in that technology for the 3D mapping to scan it correctly. So we did the dirty styrofoam, we did the dirty wood, all that came up nicely. But like I said, at the end of the day, you know, because I have people saying, well, you know, can I paint a piece of wood? If I was able to turn this dirty piece of wood into this, then, you know, hey, you can do a piece of wood. Now, the wood's going to be used in a much better condition. Like I said, it's going to be a lot smoother. This one got warped pretty bad outside because it was sitting outside in the rain and the snow because it was a bird feeder for my squirrels and my birds. But like I said, at the end of the day, if you got a piece of wood, if you joint both of them together, like they're 4x8, and if you want to make like a bigger screen, I would definitely suggest basically, of course, you want to basically make sure they're build a frame so basically they can all combine together. But the joints in between, what I would do is just basically get some wood putty if you want to do it on a professional level, and just basically just fill that in, sand it down, smooth it out. You don't have to prime it, it's up to you, but if you want, prime over top of it, paint it, you're done. That's it. Now, if you're going to be using this outside, two ways you can go. You can get the wood that's already treated for outside. You don't have to worry about your screen warping on you. Or just get a little poly, put it into your cannon, spray it down, weatherproof it, and then basically just go over it. That's it. I'm going to get ready to get this done. I'm waiting for this to dry because I'm using this today. Definitely using this today. I'm using that on my retro buy. Now, since this is not going to stand up, I can just Velcro this to the wall. What am I doing? It's small. Just Velcro it to a wall somewhere. I can't figure out where I might put it at. I can put it in the tech room. It's small to put anywhere in the tech room. Figure out where I'm going to put it in the tech room.
Can flavor change the world? At McCormick and Company, we know flavor is foundational to our food and our shared future.
LG 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from you, tweet.
I can't believe I'm going to save so much money. Both of my old projectors, my freaking broken projectors, had brand new lamps in them. Both of them. And I paid $89 for that lamp. It wasn't even name brand. Oh, man. I didn't think about that till the last minute. Why didn't I check the old projectors? LG 4K demonstration. Over here on the 126 inch on this screen. The red levels, I never get used to it. The red levels on this screen are insane. I know we're supposed to on that one, but I can't help you on this one too. Mine, projector behind me, 4,000 to 1 contrast ratio. That's it. 4 or 3, it's somewhere around there. I wish I could keep that screen there, but I can't. I gotta figure out where to put that screen at. That's what I gotta figure out. Where I'm gonna put that screen at. I literally don't have any more room in the house. I don't have any more room to put a screen at. Not 100-inch yet. Alright, we gotta leave from here. We got 2 of these in the house. So we gotta leave from here and we gotta go over here real quick. Those are my cardboard boxes. So those are United States Postal shipping boxes, flat rate boxes, coated with the Phantom technology. And we're going to be using that later on for some projector mapping. The special effects on the boxes. It's already finished. These are done. Oh, we got to go back over here. Sorry about that. I'm enjoying this. 2 screens at the same time. Watch me paint this screen in. I did this thing without padding the bar. I left it right up there and painted it in. Because the stuff that we make it is so easy to apply to the surface. I'm going to be painting my 135 in right on the wall. I'm not taking that thing down. I can't believe I'm looking at this thing. That's what has me so blown away. You know, I thought about this over and over and over in my head about having that super jet black screen to be able to pull the really high white levels over and over again in my head. Never thought I'd be standing right here saying, oh, it's done, final. We don't have to do any more testing. Well, no, we don't, really. Demonstrations, yeah, but no testing. Like, why would we be testing anything else? You know, what's this guy talking about? Do I need to know? Do I have to know? Do I want to know? Let's go over here. Now, yeah, with this, we're going to suggest, if you're painting plastic, we're definitely going to suggest that you basically prime it or put on 2 applications. But fiberglass and plastic. Hey, all right, don't walk through that area because the floor is already done. So you must know before I know that everything's done. So whatever. If you walk right through, but that cat knows what I'm thinking or something. It just freaks me out sometimes. But whatever. So this is going to be one of the plastic surfaces that we will suggest that you prime the surface first. Other than that, fiberglass and stuff, it's not going to be needed. We've done fiberglass already. Let me put this underneath here. That's finished. I need to stand. I got cables and wires everywhere. All right. Yes, but this right here, good thing we did paint over this. Like I said, very important because I don't want a customer to paint over one of these screens and go, well, it didn't come up the way I wanted to come up. So I'm going to, that way we test everything. We make sure everything's going to run perfectly. And like I said, yeah, I would definitely prime this surface, definitely prime the back of it. Prime the back of it, prime the front of it. Does it make a difference before you actually put the coating on top of it? But as for the fiberglass, goes right through quite well. That I'm not worried about. That's why you have to have a test and your specifications. Let me see. All right, we're done with that. We did the, I'm going to do the cardboard box is going to be next. We did the fabric surfaces and all with that. Like I said, already paints on, as you can see, we're going to do a motorized projection screen also too later on. Like I said, already paints on to PVC with no problem whatsoever. We have right there in the next room. Oh, I love that screen so much. And then we have it over here. I love this screen so much. Two of these bad boys in here. I want to figure out where I'm going to put this at because, man, I'm not taking this outside. I already got a screen for outside. This has to go outside today for testing, but I don't want to leave it out there. It's beautiful. Look how the edge of the screens are gorgeous. I paid a lot of money for these screens anyway. I got to figure out where I'm going to put this screen at. I'm hanging it in the Japanese tea room. I'm putting it in there. It'll fit. It should fit right there where the light switch is at. Just in case if I want to switch up and I want to watch a different screen. Because I'm going to have two of these on there now. I'm going to have 135 and I'm going to have this one up here, which is 106 inches. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one on the side of the wall. In other words, I'm going to put an ultra short throw on this one. It's going to take up a lot of room. And I'll take the other one and mount that one up a short throw. Actually, I got the lens for this one to turn this into a short throw. So I'm going to convert this to a short throw. Mount this one up a little higher so it can hit the 135, and I put the other one on an ultra short throw. So that way, anytime I'm in that room, because I want that area in the area, I don't want any projectors on the floor in that area. I want everything to be up. So that way I can sit down in that area, nice big bean bag. I can sit back against the wall, watch the big screen, or I can basically sit on this side and I can watch the 106. So that's going upstairs. I'm using that one. And then I got the 92-inch downstairs, that screen right there. That's going to work better for outside. That stand I have outside, basically when I built, I'll show how I designed it. It has a hook system on it where basically if I want to expand the screen, I can actually connect another piece of wood that's actually black that will screw into that base up there and I can actually expand and put a bigger screen up there. So I'm probably going to put the 92 I have downstairs, recoat that, because it's a red now. It's that red technology for the Phantom with the question mark. We haven't figured out what to do with it yet. I'm going to turn that into a black screen, put that outside, throw LED lights behind the back of that, and use that one and get a motorized 120 inch and put that on there with 135 is going to be and give that to the customer. And then we'll finish off, probably, hopefully, we'll get around to building the 250 inch screen, which I need to put in the backyard. So that'll be finished. Those are the last screens I have to actually work on. I was going to put a retro gaming room into the room upstairs, but you know, Cat needs a place where he can chill at and play at and have fun. So I'm going to convert that for him because he's in there more than I am. To tell you the truth, honest today. As I said, at the end of the day, I need another gaming room, like another near the hole in the head. I got enough already. I'm good. But yeah, that surface right there, we're going to put down plastic. If you're using plastic, and I got to go online and figure out exactly what plastic that is. We have to put a special section in there. It's going to have some red writing in there. It's going to advise you to go in and prime that surface. Or we should just basically just put a list of surfaces that you may have to prime. And then that way you can see if it's on that list, you might use it. In other words, you're not going to have to. So that way we can cover everything. I'm just scanning it. That's not bad. It scans actually pretty well. Today on this surface right here, we're going to go back and again on this. What we're going to do on this surface is right here, we're going to go in downstairs. Well, I can't take you downstairs. I got a lot of stuff downstairs laying around and I can't let you see what's going on downstairs. But what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs and we're going to basically prime the back of the screen. We don't have to prime the front. You can also prime the back of the screen to see what kind of reaction we get. So we paint half of it with the primer and the other half, okay? So that way, if we know 100%, we got to prime this thing. Because already I put the first coat on it, and it was giving a little issue. So then I put a second one on it. Still, could have been a lot better. So that automatically gets me from the door that this particular surface is going to have to be primed from the door. As when we do fabric or cardboard or these screens right here, we can come over here and paint these screens one time and we're done and walk away from the screen. After did this one, after did that one over there, after did the Amazon shipping box, you know, stuff like that. Those things are easy to do. Fabric, all that stuff, not going to be a problem. But this right here is not exactly plexiglass. It is actually plastic. The same kind of plastic that you get in movie posters. So this has a little bit of a texture to it. So we're going to be doing some little bit more testing for this one today.
Have you ever come up with a password so complicated, so unique that you use your dog's name, your mom's name, maybe even an exclamation mark? How about your birthday too?
I did a
So
password that had like Bible scripts in it and everything else, and it was really, really, really complicated. Wrote it down and forgot it. Literally forgot where I put the password at. Still can't get into the account to today. What the heck I wrote down? All right, weird stuff down, man. I mean, weird stuff like yellow, blue donkey socks, something like that, something off the wall and weird that I know that I'm not going to remember. But I'm really good with numbers, so that does work for me. Not math-wise, but just memorizing numbers. You would think that would go hand in hand, but it just, not no matter what, this doesn't. All right, so this is done already completed. Yeah, like I said, yeah, that gives us an understanding of what we can paint. We already know from the door what we can do with it. Just due to some of the weird screens that we usually don't paint. And I was just seeing if we can get away with it. I'm still going to convert that into a black screen because I want that for my little screen. It's nice, it's lightweight, and like I said, if it works, it'll be a fantastic screen. Now, keep in mind, you can't roll that screen. That thing will snap in half on you. Unlike plexiglass, It's rigid, but they have a very thin kind of plexiglass you can use for wallpaper screens. That works out quite well. We used that quite a few times in a few demonstrations. But that one's a little different. That's a little rigid. That will snap in half. That will actually shatter. We got some of it right here. See where it snapped off? Whew, almost dropped my stand. Make sure. Don't need glasses or anything for this. There you go. This is not portable. You can't roll this up. This thing will snap on you. So that's what I was telling you. The plexiglass we have downstairs, you can roll that up because it's designed to be rolled. It's so flexible. I think it has a 0.2 in thickness, or I think they have a 0.2 and a 0.30 in thickness. You can roll those up easily. This one right here, you're not rolling up. This thing will snap on you. So, but I need it anyway because it's nice and rigid, and I can basically hang it up. Just don't roll. Went to the correct way that time. Awesome. I love that cat. Awesome. All right, so we're finished right there. That one's done. We're at 117. That's not bad at all right there. Okay. I still got to paint the screen downstairs. The one that actually has that kind of strange color that has to be painted for outside because I need it for an outdoor screen. What do you do? There you go. It started. The chase and run. Hey, Captain Kirk. Calm it down. You don't jump off my sofa. Yeah. Jump literally off my sofa. You don't jump off my sofa. What's wrong with you? That's done. See right there in the kitchen? See the screen? See how I painted that 2 applications on that, and you see how the light is still pushing through at the bottom? That's not supposed to be there. So that lets me know that the surface is going to have to be primed first before you can actually coat it on, because you're not supposed to be to see through that. That's supposed to be covered. That's how I know it's not marrying well. You don't want that. So it's going to have to be, even if you spray it, you're still going to require to prime it. Yeah, sorry about the yelling on the camera, but man, sometimes he does some idiotic stuff. If you have animals, you know what I'm talking about. They do some idiotic stuff. Like, you're looking like, have you lost your freaking mind? Because I literally thought he was going to literally springboard off my screen. Came downstairs, jumped from here to there, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's going to connect with the screen. He knows better than that. He knows not to touch that screen. You don't touch my screens. Nope. Never had that problem. Even when he was into the whole scratching phase, I've never had a problem. You got my sofas in here. No scratch marks. No scratch marks. That's my leather sofa right there. No scratch marks. Nothing on my chairs. Nothing. He scratches on that pole and that pole only. That's what he scratches on. Gets up in the morning. I see people with cats walking on their countertops, their tables. You eat off at the end of the day. People don't think about that. Cat will walk right on your countertop, and he'll be all over the floor. He'll be in the dirtiest areas of your house. Even if you clean your house, he'll find some dirty area in your house. Unless you got a room or whatever. But he'll find some dirty area of your house, walk outside, whatever, and jump up on your countertop and track that all around your countertop. You'll come out there and make a sandwich right on your countertop. And he'd eat it. Nope, my cat does not jump on my countertop. Like I said, if it got a brain, it can be trained. Like I said, I do complain a little bit, but he could be far worse because look at all the cables and wires I got hanging up from time to time. I got a wire management, all this stuff, I haven't got around to doing it. And he's never came out and ripped anything clean out. Every once in a while, we might get a pull wire here and there, but nothing major. He's in his own little world right there. That's his area. All right. Okay, why are you talking about your cat? Because you're a cat. You stop jumping off stuff, man. What's wrong with you, Batman? Look at the area. Area is a mess over here, man. What's the rest of the area a little cleaner? You got 2 pillows. Actually, 4 pillows for yourself. You hear her supposed to toys, cat tunnel right there, and you're good. Not neater than it was before, because that was looking kind of wrecked over there. Sorry about that. I know doing a demonstration, but my cat do come first. I had to make sure the area was cleaned up. Let's talk about it's all his domain right there. And as soon as we get the time, we'll get a nice little either TV in here, a 13-inch TV in there, so he can watch his shows over there, because I don't want him over there too much. I put those shows on with the mice running back and forth, and he'll jump into the screen. But if I put a nice little tablet in there somewhere and secure it real nicely, he can go and watch his tablet all day. This little area right there. All right. With that being said, we're done here. I'm going to do some, I got to set the computer for 3D mapping. That shouldn't be hard to do, because it's all wireless anyway. I got to do a paint-on demonstration on Facebook on the cardboard screen. Remember, bring it back over here. We'll show you the link at the bottom. You can watch it at. I still have to do that screen because I want that screen for myself. So I got some primer, any old paint downstairs. That's all I need. Paint the back of that. Bring it upstairs. Do the demonstration off that. And then we're going to be outside today. I got to go upstairs and redo the labels because there's some things I want to change with the labels and so. And I also got to change some things in the specification sheet before we actually get ready to ship it out for tomorrow. Other than that, yeah, we'll have all that done today. That's why I had to be up early at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to be up. I had a lot to do. So yeah, that's all finished. So right now we're going to be setting up the 3D mapping equipment to start doing some demonstrations on my painted boxes over there, which I don't even know why I got rid of. I need that. I need the whatchamacallit. It should have no problem. One of the things I like about the white levels, because that's one of the things I'm asked about a lot when doing 3D mapping, is that you got to be able to pick up white levels, and this is going to do so well because it's white levels content. White level capabilities are really high. So we're not using the crispy for this one. That projector right there is set up for 3D mapping. So that's what I'm using. This is going to be disconnected and put to the next room for the outside demo. No, we're not doing this for the outside demonstration. We're actually doing both. We're going to do the 38 720p SVGA, and we're going to do the 1080p for the outside. And then next week, I still have to paint my 135 upstairs. And this has to be mounted upstairs. This is going to be taken. We're done with this. This is going upstairs. This is going up into the animation room. And then this one over here is going to be my demonstration screen right there because I need it with all the windows and stuff. That's very important. This one I'm going to probably have my Dreamcast and my RetroPie running through this one right here. So that's when we run it through that screen over there. What are you doing, bird? Oh, we don't need this. Okay. We don't need the power cord. Or do we need a power cord? I'm not sure. All right. So I need this here just in case. Just in case I have power cord, but I don't need the fire stick. And at the end of my testing, before I get a chance to go outside, I want to take a little break. I haven't done any tests. I haven't done any gaming on the screen on a final stage. I did it on stage 1. We never did it on the final stage, so I'm curious. I want to see what that looks like too. Because the color should pop even higher since the screen is been changed to super black. All right, so let me get out of here. I'll be back on in a few minutes. We have to set up for a 3D mapping test next. All right, gotta go, and God bless.